Okay, so guys, welcome back to this new episode of this forest reading course that we both started about a few days ago. So in today's video, I'm going to talk about the breakout, or you can also say indication. So I learned this indication this times from Sai the trader. Shout out to you, Sai. You're the one. I basically like get more directional trading from him when the first time I watched his video, and it has been good since ever since then. And not just that alone, just his courage in having to preach like so much money, like pushing somebody's like having to sit in millions of dollars and having like not freak out. I think it's just one of the things that we both need to study. Even like some mentors need to study, but we're not getting to that today. I just want to talk about I just want to talk about indication or breakout for you guys. In order for you to be able to understand what trend is, you have to be able to figure out or fish out when there is a breakout. And again, remember when I was talking about a trend like this, when a trend starts, it's at first, let's say for example, we're going on a hop trend. A trend start from higher low right here, then it push a new higher high, then it comes back, right? Then create a new higher low, right? Then again push up above the previous high to create a new higher high. So now the previous higher high has turned to higher low because it's lower than this new higher high. Then the basic way or the easiest way to understand breakout is just basically okay, the market has already broken the previous high or previous low, however you want it, depending on the trend. Means that okay, now since we have a breakout, this is called indication. It means that it's already broke out. Then the next thing we're gonna get is the market to correct it and come to retest in this place to give us a complete trend, because without the completion, without the correction, there's no way we can tell whether we're on an uptrend or we're on a downtrend. But that is not the real problem here. The reason why I feel like a lot of people see this as they see trading as a difficult thing is because they have had experience in having to deal with difficulties in their life made it seem like, oh, if you want to make money, significant amount of money from trading, you have to do difficult things. It has to be, you have to pay ridiculous, you have to do, hold on guys, you have to do difficult things, right? You have to do difficult things, and it doesn't have to be that way. You don't have to. Trading is simple but not easy, right? The reason why I said not easy is because it's boring. In order for you to make money trading, you have to do the boring thing. And guess what? The only place that you can find money is not when things are flashy, beautiful. It's it's in the boring thing. You really want to have good fun? Go and look for somebody who is boring. Then you know that they are they are way more fun, or they are way more productive. It's just like you having to like, you see somebody who's always life of the party, then you see somebody who's quiet and not doing anything but always like calculating, listening, just living a boring life. Then when you get to see their life is more productive. They have so much to account for than somebody who's always like, how they, so loud. And I'm not saying people who are loud or how they are not productive, don't get me wrong, but what I'm saying in general is that the big money is being made when you do the boring things in the market. So you don't have to draw all those kind of like indicator. You need to like buy signal, you need to do all those. This is just a facade just to sell you something. I'm guilty of this. There was a time I was selling sickness. There was a time I was getting money, to pay, to teach people, which I feel like, okay, if you really haven't, if you really find the right, information. What is information in the first place? Information is just the truth about something. If you are able to get your hands on the truth will set you free. Which that's what God said, and that's what the Bible said. The truth will set you free. Which is truth? The information, the knowledge, having you to get the knowledge. Because when you know more, you do more, you become more. That is the goal. The goal is having to get the truth. Like the person that made me profitable or that really helped me to be profitable, it's not even on social media. But at the end of the day, am I still profitable? Yes, I'm like, yes, I am. The good thing about this is what I'm trying to preach in this topic is that I don't want you to see trading as something that is very difficult, because when you see that from the beginning, you're already defeated. You already, regardless of your experience with trading, regardless of what has happened, yes, you lose money in trading, you lose money in real life. But if you are able to follow everything that I'm going to teach you in this course, you will lose money, and so be it. But the next trade and the next trade and the next trade is only going to get better. It's only going to get better. I spoke to you in the previous video that you have to be able to define what or why you want to play, why you want to trade. Are you trade to make money? Are you trade to create generational wealth, or to give yourself a freedom, or to help others, or to be something in life? You have to be able to know all these things. So, with that being said, your mindset, you have to have a winning mindset, knowing that if other people are doing it and making millions of dollars from it, me, I will do it, and I will make my own mark, and people will see. I think one of the reasons why people stay small, and I get to realize it at not late, but I get to realize later, is because we focus more about our problem. We focus more about the money we want to make. We focus more about what we want to hit. We focus more about where we want to live. We never, even for once, think about other people's problem. I can categorically tell you this thing that I'm doing now, having to create, I'm helping you help me. Because the more I put myself out there and having to teach, the more I become better. The more I become better, which is why I'm doing it. So it's like I'm helping you based on my knowledge and the things that I know now, so that I can make life better for you and more, easy for you. I'm also helping myself I'm helping myself in terms of communication skills and other skills like that, like leadership skills and all. We are both helping each other. My point is, you have to not focus on yourself, like focus on the bigger picture. I saw this guy. He was making a narrative about 4 hours time frame and 5 minutes time frame. He said when you're on 5 minute, 1 minute time frame, the trade move fast, and you get confused. You can get anxiety, like, you can get scared of like what is going on. Then he said all you have to do is just zoom out, or increase increase it to 1 hour, 4 hours daily. Then you realize that all those noises that you were saying, they were just distraction. Then you can get a bigger picture where you're going to. Then whatever happens in that market doesn't move you anymore, because you you get a big picture. You have it in your head. So whatever the noise that is gonna happen, none of your business. So this is how you spot indication or breakout from the markets. Okay, again, there is something we call breakout and there is something we call fake out. I just explained breakout to you right now, so let me now explain what fake out means. Fake out happens exactly the way breakout happened, but instead of it to continue, it can either come this way, then come this way, then now start creating a new higher high and higher low, or lower high and lower low. And that's not what I'm saying. Instead of it to continue the trend, it will not. This is just called liquidity grab because the market knows that there are a lot of sellers here. Let's say, for example, let me go back. Let me go back. So now we have the market consolidation, right? This way. Just doing this. Just doing this. Then we have a breakout indication, right? So sometime instead of the market to come this way and go up like this, it will not do that. Instead, it can come here, then come and retest this area, then it will now later do this. If you understand what I mean. So you have to be aware of this to know, which is why I always like we're gonna get to entry like when we get like entry episode where you learn how to enter your trade. But right now, I'm just going to just give you this because you have to be able to understand it that there is a fake out. Let me just type it so that you understand. Fake out, breakout. So I'm just gonna indicate it so that we both understand. I have to make this video today. So this is consolidation. This is the market consolidation. Okay. So now market break, retest, then continue the trend. Continue creating higher high and higher low. Right? This is called now at this point this is called breakout. This is called fake out because it only comes here to take sellers out. Then there are many people who will be buying here. Then it takes buying out. This is called liquidity grab, right? And you have to be aware of this. But when we get to that entry, when you will be learning on how to enter trade, you will learn on how to not be tricked with the market to be able to be taken out. Regardless, I hope you understand now, but let me just again indicate it. See what happened here? Then we have this. So this is fake out and this is breakout. And when there is a breakout, there is always a correction from the market. So correction is like a retest, that the market is coming back at a particular like where it just broke out just to confirm that okay whether it's going to be a continuous continue like having to create a new higher and higher low, it's going to continue, or this is a fake out. And only way to find out is by just having patience and wait for it to happen, for the market to tell you what it's going to do. Before the market will move up, it will tell you when it wants to move up, and it will also tell you when it's not moving up, it's just gonna be a fake out. You will know. So yeah, that is what I wanted to like just make you understand when it comes to trend. You have to understand what fake out is, well, you have to understand what breakout is. Fake out you can also, because again, like I said, there are buyers, there's there are buyers here, right? There are buyers. buyers, sellers. There are sellers here. Here, there are buyers here. So what he's doing is that, and at this buy zone, they have their stop loss at this buy zone here. They have their stop loss in this area, right? Then, as for the buy and the buyer have their stop loss exactly at the seller zone. So what the market will do when there is a fake out is it will go and take out people who are selling. It will take their stop loss, right? Let me write stop loss so that you guys will understand what I mean. Stop stop loss. Okay, this we have two stop loss now. So we have the stop loss for the buyers and the sellers. So if you're buying, your stop loss will be below. Then let me just indicate it. Oh, sorry, sell. Okay. Okay. So now we have this stop loss. Okay. So we have this stop loss for sell at the top of this resistance level. Then we have the stop loss for buyers at below this resistance level. So now what the market is doing right here, if we go and take the stop loss for sellers, right? Then it will now come back again and take the stop loss for buyers. Remember, they bought here. So in this area is what we call liquidity in this area. We call liquidity because liquidity is where there is money. And what the market wants to do, it wants to grab money in that place before it will actually now do what it wants to do. So your job as a trader is to be able to identify all these things in the real market time. That's that is just it. I just explained what fake out is, what breakout is, and what also like liquidity is. I don't know, like if there's any way I can understand, I can make you understand this. I don't know. Um, so stop loss as just see fake out as where as like let's say for example you're playing. I don't know if you play poker or you play any game or any betting or anything like that. You bring your money together, right? You have to bet on two sides, right? The thing is that the market maker they will not allow both sides to. They will make it seem like okay, they will make it seem like oh the other party is winning while you are losing, or they will make it look like you are winning while the other party is losing. So at the end of the day, you both will just lose. You understand me? And it's just for them to take money. Then after taking the money, they will now eventually do what they want to do. So which is the purpose of liquidity? Liquidity is just like they want more volume in the market before the market can happen, and the only way they can do it is through this point they where they take all these people out. Sorry guys, I think it's just network. Where they take those people out in this area. Then breakout zone is basically like the market break. Then that's how. Then when the market break, there's always a correction. Correction is just like okay for the market to confirm that just confirm the move, and it's gonna come and retest. Sometimes it can move here, sometimes it can move below it. It's not always having to be at the point. Sometimes it can move here, but once you understand it, once time goes on, like I try to, like, I will explain everything to you before, or you will understand it more with time. How that makes sense? So, with that being said, I'm going to see you tomorrow, where I'm going to be combining the trend. I'm going to combine in the breakout. I'm going to be combining with the correction. I'm also, yeah, then we can now be talking about the continuation of the market. So, which is same thing that I learned from Sai. Then, with that being said, don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to comment, and don't forget to share with anybody that you feel like it might be useful to. Peace out.